Hi knitting friends, Shaina Bilow here. I am working on the Candy Jar Cowl and I am ready to work into the fifth row below, which is what creates these amazing textural bumps on the front of my fabric. So you'll see here, I've worked 4 rounds in my contrast color and now I'm on a main color round. This is how you work 5 rows below to create this textured relief. What you're going to do is insert your right hand needle into the 5th row below, the one that's on the left hand needle. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 rounds of orange here. I'm going to insert my needle into the 5th round from the needle, so that last row of the cream, and I'm going to wrap my yarn around and knit that stitch and then take off the stitch that was on the needle. And you're going to do that twice for this pattern. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You insert your needle into that stitch, wrap the working yarn for knit, and bring the new stitch out. And after you've secured that column, you can drop the stitch off of the left hand needle. Now we're going to work up to the next spot and I will show you that again. Okay, I'm ready to work the next set of knit 5 below. I'll show you once more in English style and then I will work in continental. So I'm going into the 5th row below, or in this case the last row of the beige or cream color, the main color. I knit it and I slide that stitch off. And then I do the next one here and I slide the stitch off that's above. So that's how you work those stitches. You knit into the 5th row below. When I'm working continental style, it's the same thing. I go into the 5th row below, wrap my yarn for knit, bring it through, 5th row below, wrap my yarn for knit, bring it through. So I've done 2 stitches there. I work to my next point. One of my little tricks to kind of make things a little smoother for myself, easier for myself, I knit into this stitch and then I knit into the next stitch and then I take both stitches off at once. So for me it's a little bit of a shortcut. Now you'll notice after I've done these I just keep knitting. What we've got in the back are these rows of knitting in the orange that can now come out. You can spend your time, if you want to, unraveling these rows to get them to open up a little bit, if you feel like doing that. I've found for most of these I don't do that. I just keep knitting and then every so often I'll give a little tug or a stretch to help those stitches unravel in the back. And then you can, if you find a spot where they're still a little connected, you can open them up and loosen them. So up to you how nitpicky you want to be with these little extra stitches that are meant to come out. You can go through one by one and open each one up like that, or you can just kind of keep knitting and let them open up as they will. I'm going to quickly show you the inside so you can see. Here we've got all of those stitches that have come undone and been connected. But that's how you get the texture, and that is how you work into the 5th row below. Happy knitting!